Chezy Champs t-shirts at the blue end of the field. So if you have not yet gotten your Chezy Champs t-shirt, we still have some. Pilots prepare to take flight. Drivers behind the line. 3, 2, 1, go.
Quarterfinal one, match number 2. Red took the first match. We'll see if blue can get one in. It looks like the Chezy Poofs missed the hopper again. Citrus Circuits don't miss, and they start to throw balls up in bunches. We'll see what they can get up to. It looks like Red was able to get some gears in autonomous. Citrus Circuits hit that 40 kPa bonus in the autonomous mode. But you know those Chezy Poofs, they can pick them up fast, they can score them fast. They're not out of this one yet. Red and blue teams sneaking around, trying to pick up as many gears as they can, as quickly as they can. Right now, the real-time score has a razor-thin difference. 115 blue, 113 red. Three red teams delivering a gear as we speak. Chezy Poofs trying to shoot. Looks like Code Orange is going to try to get in there and play some defense. Can they do it? They cannot, and the Chezy Poofs are able to shoot and score a gear. Red Alliance spins up their third rotor. Blue Alliance has the gear to spin up theirs. 1678 playing a little bit of defense on the Poofs. But the Poofs are still completely full of balls, and Crush is flying across the field, working on that fourth rotor for the Red Alliance. 696 having a little bit of trouble. Looks like they're caught up on the field, and the Code Orange. We'll see how that turns out. 1678 driving around, picking up balls. They're looking to increase their lead in the balls department. We'll see if that works out for them. Crush delivers a gear to the red side. They're working on that fourth rotor. It looks like they only have one more to go. And 696 may be coming back with that right now. Meanwhile, 254 and 1678 delivering balls as Crush delivers the final gear needed for Red to spin up a fourth rotor. And there it is. 4 rotors for Red, 3 for Blue. Last 30 seconds of the match, and pilots can deploy those ropes. If the robots can hang on them, they get an additional 50 points. Let's see if they can do it. We've got 1, 2 for Red. We've got 1 for Blue. Can the Poofs make it in time? Can Code Orange make it in time? With 10 seconds remaining, it looks like the Poofs are hung up. It looks like Code Orange is going up. And at the last second, the Poofs engage. We've got 3 robots on the red airship. It's ready for takeoff, and we'll be right back with the final scores. Our head referee, Kit Chow, indicates that this was a penalty-free match, and we've got the scores going up on the big board. It's the Red Alliance moving on to the semifinals with a score of 478 to 304. But ladies and gentlemen, please give a big round of applause for the Blue Alliance, team 1678, 3476, and 3647. They fought valiantly and deserve your cheers.
So despite the result, incredible effort by the Blue Alliance. Looked like they had it up until about the last 30 seconds of that match or so.
Yeah, it was super close throughout. Big advantage going to Blue in autonomous mode when the Chezy Poofs don't hit their hopper, aren't able to put up any balls in autonomous. Meanwhile, 1678 dialing it in, making that execution happen. Big KPA lead by the Blue Alliance.
Yeah, huge lead. Let's take a look at the replay here and go into part of the match that we had here. So we're about a minute and a half into the match. You'll notice over in the left-hand corner, 254 and 968 are both in that neck of the woods. Excuse me, not 968, 1678.
And look at the KPA scores at this point. 5, 6, 7 on the Red Alliance, 40 already on the Blue, and Citrus Circuits pulling off the gear, annoying the Poofs, making them miss, and Poofs run away to go do other activities here. But at this point in the match is the key mistake. The Blue Alliance needed to recognize that the Red Alliance was behind in KPA. Balls aren't the priority to play defense on. Rotors are. The Red Alliance is able to go out there, get 4 rotors. Blue Alliance still trying to block the ball shooting, lets that happen. And then with the 4 rotor advantage, they get that 100 points. It's a no-brainer that they're going to win this match.
Yep, at this point, while the score down here only shows 1, they've actually got at least 2 and possibly 3 rotors going. But 254, still unable to get the KPA bonus. Over here, Blue Alliance, like Mason was saying, scores balls, trying to get that advantage. But really, they ended up without 4 rotors. And in this case, it's a death knell without that.
Great effort by the Blue Alliance. Amazing match going on out there. Really exciting to watch.
Yep.
Can't wait to see more.
Yeah, well done by both alliances. I can't wait to see how the #1 seed fares in the semifinals.
Let's go ahead and look at quarterfinal 2-2 coming up here.
Yep, on the Red Alliance, we've got 54.99. On the Blue Alliance, it's team 973 for real this time. Last time we had 973 and their alliance scored tons of points. I believe it was 540 points was their final score.
It was a huge score. There was also a bonus gear added on to one of the pegs.
Yep.
They were really, just going out there, exceeding all expectations. The Red Alliance in this match, they need to come out and they need to make some chaos. They got to throw that Blue Alliance off their game, because if they're on their game, they're putting up a lot of points.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You can't try to outgun 973. You've got to try to play a different game than they have, or not let them play their game at all. So you can't, like I said, these robots can't go toe-to-toe with one of the actual world champions. So we're going to see what Red Alliance has up their sleeve in this match just a moment away.
All right, thank you, Francis and Mason. The Blue Alliance took the first one. This Red Alliance we're about to introduce needs a win to stay alive. They are first, Team 5818.
From Santa Barbara, it's Riviera Robotics.
A world champion team, Team 5499.
From Berkeley, it's the Bay Orangutans.
And Team 846.
From right here in San Jose, it's the Funky Monkeys.
Down in blue, another world champion, Team 973.
It's the Greybots.
Hall of Fame, Team 1538.
With their new coach, Guy Fieri, it's the Holy Cows.
And a team that just one day soon might be in the Hall of Fame, Team 604.
It's Quicksilver.
Pilots, prepare for flight. Drivers behind the line. Three, two, one, go!
All right, here we go. Quarterfinal 2, match number 2, 973, triggering that blue side hopper. Their partners, 1538, popping a gear up and popping a couple balls in. They are so deadly in this autonomous portion of the match, putting up a flurry of balls in that high goal. Let's see what they get up to. It looks like they have broken the 40 KPA threshold up to 44. They secure an additional 20 match points for their team. Teleoperated mode starts with teams gathering balls and gathering gears, getting their thoughts together about how they want to attack their strategies for this match. Bay Orangutans deliver a gear. They're about to get their second rotor spun up. Blue already has their second rotor spun up. It's going to be a race to 4 rotors. And this Blue Alliance is ultra high-powered. 604 delivers a gear. That's the winner of the Silicon Valley Regional. 973 flies across the field, delivers a gear of their own. Not to be outdone, the Red Alliance, 846 and 54.99, working on delivering gears to their Red Alliance airship. Here comes 973 with a flurry of balls popping up top. They've already got the bonus, but they want more. They can never get enough. 973 absolutely pummeling that goal with balls. They're up to 66, 67 KPA. That is an incredibly high amount, and they want more. They're filling back up. Their partners 604 and 1538 are taking on the gear scoring burden all by themselves, and I'll tell you what, they've got the speed to do it. On the red side, we've got 3 rotors spun up. We need 4 more gears to get that 4th rotor spun up, and 846 is flying across the field trying to get it done. Here comes 1538, popping a couple of balls in that high goal. 973 is about to do the same. We've got 30 seconds left in this match as teams try to score those final gears to get those 4th rotors. We'll see if anyone can do it. It looks like Blue Alliance is a few gears short of 4. 846 absolutely destroys 604 as they try to climb up that rope. That is certainly going to be some sort of penalty. We'll see what our referees have to say about that one. And at the last second, the Red Alliance gets a 4th rotor spun up. I'll tell you what, this one's going to come right down to the end. We'll see if that hang awarded to 604 for getting rammed into while they were touching the rope will change the outcome of this match right after this. All right, there was a foul on team 58-18 for pinning. That will award 5 points to the Blue Alliance, and with that going up on the big board, we have a final score of 389 to 375. The Blue Alliance will move on into the semifinals. Please put your hands together for your Red Alliance of Team 58-18, 846, and 54-99.
Well, Mason, that match looked very, very close at the end. It looks like Red had a chance to pull it out, but it looked like there was a foul based on a climb there at the very end of the match.
Yeah, we definitely saw 846 contacting Robot as they were trying to go up the rope. That gives away a free climb right there. Without that free climb, the results could have been very different. So a crucial mistake there, but it was a very chaotic match. A lot of different things going on. One thing we saw is the Blue Alliance shifting strategies. They're about halfway through the match, and we think maybe that's because the Holy Cows could have had some problems. Do we have any video of that?
We absolutely do. Let's go to the instant replay. Mason, tell us what you're looking at here.
So up on the lower part of your score, and let me circle it for you here, 1538 is trying to get a gear. And I think at that point right there, they decide their gear mechanism's not working for them, and they got to go away from something else. It could have been from the heavy defense that's getting played here. At one point in the match, I saw 1538 wheels off the ground. They were getting hit so hard. They're getting D'd against the wall. And this is when the Alliance needs to make an adjustment. That 973 coaching technique is so strong. They always have out-of-the-box thinking. They're always thinking about what could come next. We even saw in this match they're using human loader, which is so rare in First Steamworks. So they're taking advantage of situations. And in this case, they switch their running gears. They say 1538, you do a little bit of shooting. And that's what keeps them scoring points all the way through the end of the match. But it gets so chaotic here.
Yeah, if you look at the score right now, with a minute to go in the match, Reds got a 100-point deficit. And the final score we saw was super, super close. They basically are able, Reds able to accomplish what they needed to do and try to keep Blue off of getting their fourth rotor. And luckily for them, with the Holy Cows down, 973 was required to stop shooting in order just to get their regular three rotors.
You got to think the stress levels of behind the glass are so high at this point. We even see 973 and 1538 Greybots and Holy Cows run into each other extremely hard. You know, sometimes your partner is your own worst enemy when you're trying to navigate through all of this traffic here. But take a look at these balls going up. I mean, the KPA numbers are just insane. And there's the big hit we're talking about by 846. Unfortunately, they get him 2 times. That's brutal. That can do so much damage to a robot. Without that, this might have been a completely different conversation.
Yep. Well, congratulations to the Blue Alliance on advancing. We'll see you in the semifinals. We got another quarterfinal match to talk about, though. Quarterfinal round 3, match number 2 up here next. Let's take a look. It should be the number 2 versus the number 7 seed. And we got the 115 Alliance against the 5012 Alliance. Last match, we saw, which one won? Was it
this was nearly a blockade called there.
Right.
It was a complete shutdown out there by the Blue Alliance to prevent the Red Alliance from finishing what they need to do. Not a lot of balls getting scored by 971. We'll see if they can bring that out. That's their secret weapon up here, but 4 rotors is first and foremost priority for both alliances.
That's certainly true. The 100-point bonus cannot be understated how important that is when you get to these rounds. Let's go over to the field and get ready for some more quarterfinal action.
All right, thank you, RoboSports Network. Before we move on to this next match, I want to clarify something from the past match. It was not reflected on the scoreboard, but the referees did issue a yellow card to Team 846 for their repeated egregious behavior in bashing Team 604 as they were attempting to climb the rope. So while it does not matter to Team 846 because they are eliminated from the tournament, for the rest of the team still here and competing, please do not do that. The referees will call it as egregious and will issue you yellow cards. With that said, let's introduce the teams in this next match, starting with Team 115.
MVRT.
Their partner, Team 3925.
It's Circuit of Life.
And last but not least, Team 971.
It's Spartan Robotics.
Down in blue, Team 1671.
The Buchanan Bird Brains.
4990.
Griffin Robotics.
And Team 5012.
It's Griffin Gear.
All right, we're almost ready to start this match. Blue took the first one. Red needs to win to stay alive. Pilots, prepare for flight. Drivers behind the line. 3. All right, we found our missing referee. Pilots and drivers ready. 3, 2, 1, go.
Here we go. Quarter final 3, match number 2. 971 triggers the hopper, and they're able to get the shots off this time. Delivering a stream of balls up into that goal. Let's see how many KPA they can get. Looks like they'll be up into the 20-22 range. Both red and blue able to spin up a rotor in the autonomous period of this match. This one's pretty close. The only difference right now is the 23 KPA scored by 971. Match play begins. Teams gathering gears to score. 50-12 flying across the field, trying to pick up a gear to bring back to the blue airship. Them and their partners, the Buchanan Bird Grains, are loaded up, and they're making their way back to the blue airship. Meanwhile, 971 fishing for a gear. They've got it up. Blue Alliance 1 gear away from 3 rotors. Red Alliance 1 gear away as well. This one is still anyone's match, only a 20-point difference, all KPA based. Blue Alliance drops a gear on the floor. They couldn't hold on when it was hanging on the peg. Those springs are floppy. It's hard to make sure that you keep it straight the entire time. One minute left in this match. It's 173-100. Red Alliance on top, but it looks like Blue Alliance has enough gears to spin up 3 rotors. They might be waiting, hoping that Red Alliance will rest on their laurels. I bet they'll spin those up right before the match is done and get those points in bunches. Looks like 971 is trying to score a gear on that red airship. We'll see if they can do it. It looks like they can. 30 seconds left in this match. It looks like the Blue Alliance is going to have enough to spin up 4 rotors. They'll go 2. They'll go 3. They'll go 4. 4 rotors for the Blue Alliance. 100 points. 4 rotors for Red Alliance. Let's get these climbs going. There's 10 seconds left. We've got 2 robots up a piece. It's coming down to 50-12. Can 971 answer? 3, 2, 1. Before we put the score up for this match, I need to explain that there was a technical foul assigned to Team 3925 for contacting an opponent while in the retrieval zone. That will add 25 points to the Blue Alliance score. We will put that score up right now. What will it be?
Wow, that was about the closest you could possibly get.
Yeah, so much excitement here in this room. Chezy Champs 2017 is turning out to be an amazing event.
Yep, you don't call it the best in the West for no good reason. Mason, why don't we break it down a little bit?
So both alliances going after 4 rotors. That was #1 priority for them. 971 able to get some ball shooting going in autonomous mode, though. They put up 23 KPA. That got them at the lead in it, and what we thought was going to be a big difference maker going on there. Both alliances looked like they were their own worst enemy, though, whenever we got into the actual gear scoring part of the match. Constantly running into each other, constantly creating traffic jams. The flow was out the window on both sides of the fields, both of them not getting to 4 rotors till just a few seconds left in the match.
Yeah, let's take a look at some instant replay we have from that. Over here on the instant replay, you'll see we're about a minute and a half left in the match. Blue Alliance, if you'll notice, doesn't have any rotors scored in the doesn't have any rotors scored down below. They're still holding all the rotors despite having all these gears scored up here. While at the same time, over in the retrieval zone, we've got multiple blue robots getting in the zone, having a hard time playing with each other.
it's difficult sometimes whenever you get out of sync because each robot driver is trying to do their task in the shortest amount of time possible, which is usually to draw a straight line between where you're at and where you want to go. But sometimes there's a robot coming along that path and you should take the long route home to get around and dodge traffic jams, ultimately making the alliance work smoother. I didn't see that happening very much here, and a lot of collisions on both alliances.
Yeah, over here we had all three of the blue robots all in the same area, all trying to get gears at the same time. Thankfully, 4990 escapes first, gets a gear, and draws some defense from the Red Alliance.
Ultimately, it's so hard to avoid those penalties in the retrieval zone. They're there for a reason to make sure that nobody blockades off that area. A lot of times it happens by accidents. In this case, it was 25 points, though, and because it was such a close match, it really swung it.
Yep, and you'll see here, the pilots cranking the gears all at the same time to give that huge burst in points, going from 190 to 370 like nobody's business right away.
And here at the end of the match, all eyes were on 971 as they struggled a little bit to attach to that rope. Were they going to get up in time? 4, 3, 2, 1. It was so neck and neck against that buzzer, but by the time we looked down at the scores, Blue was still on top there.
Crazy match. Well done, Red Alliance. Well done, Blue Alliance. I can't wait to see Blue Alliance in the semifinals going forward. All right, we got one more quarterfinal match to go. Quarterfinal 4-2.
It might be 2 more matches, Francis.
Oh, okay, that's true. I say one more quarterfinal series. I should be clear. So last round we had the Red Alliance call to victory. Blue Alliance. How do they win and move on to make that third match?
The Blue Alliance does not have enough ball scoring capability, so they're going to have to prevent the Red Alliance from getting to the 4 rotors. If they can do that, it's almost a guaranteed win for them. So I think you got to play smart defense on there. You got to do it throughout the match. You got to try to throw this Red Alliance off their game. 1323 and 3309, they're shooters by default. They're not the great gear scorers.
Yep.
So they need to make sure that they can take advantage of those robots out there. We saw 1323 running the routes, the long distance, 3309 doing more hanging back and picking up the ground game. No drop gears by that Blue Alliance because Red Advantage will steal those and they'll put them up quickly.
All right, let's see how it plays out in quarterfinal 4-2.
Hey, Pat, let's meet these teams.
First up on the Red Alliance, we've got Team 5026.
The Iron Panthers.
They are joined by Team 3309.
They're the Friarbots.
And the captain of this alliance, Team 1323.
It's Madtown Robotics.
On blue, Team 1700.
They're Gator Botics.
3256.
They're the Warrior Borgs.
And the legendary Team 8.
They're Pally Robotics.
The red team is up by 1. Blue team needs a win to stay alive. Looks like we're ready to go. Pilots prepare for flight. Drivers behind the line. 3, 2, 1, go!
Here we go, quarterfinal 4, match number 2. Red Alliance took the first one. Let's see if Blue Alliance can come back. Right now, Red Alliance is looking like they're going to take a big old lead out of Autonomous. They put 37-39 balls in that high goal in the auto period. Madtown and 3309. And they've already got 2 rotors spinning, as does Blue. Teams regrouping, picking up some gears, trying to deliver them to their pilots on the airship. Team 8 flying across the field, trying to pick up a gear from their human player. We've got a double loader over in the Blue Alliance station, 8 and 1700 loaded up. Meanwhile, Team 1323 putting more balls in that high goal. They go over the 40 kPa mark, and they will get those bonus match points. Blue already has 3 rotors. Red spinning up their 3rd rotor. It's going to be a race to 4, and these teams have the firepower to do it. Team 8 screaming across the field. They're going to put the team on their back. They're going to get that gear. 3309 looks like they're picking up balls. They may be thinking high goal again. We'll see what they do. Meanwhile, their partners 1323 and 5026 holding it down. Looks like 5026 is trying to play some defense, and they are effectively blocking 3256 from getting to the feeder station. You know, if you can't get those 4 rotors, you have no chance against a team that can put 40 kPa up. So we'll see who takes this one. Madtown delivers a gear. Looks like they only need a few left for 4. Blue already has 4 rotors spinning. This one is neck and neck right now. It doesn't look like Red is going to get the 4 rotors right now. We'll see if they have a trick up their sleeves going into the final period of the match. 1323 looks like they're safe from topping that rope, but they came dangerously close. Let's see if they can get up on that rope and get those bonus points. It's going to come right down to the wire. Let's see who can get it done. We've got 3 red robots up. We've got 2 blue robots up. And right now we have a tie on the real time. Team 5026 seems to have fallen off the touchpad at the last second. We will see what our head referee has to say about that. It looks like Team 5026 slips off the touchpad. And with that, we're going to put the final score to that match up on the board. Blue Alliance is going to take one. We're going to one more. 395 to 345.
Woof. That was an absolutely insane very end of that match.
Yeah, there was so much going on there. We were really trying to figure it out on, was it tied before they started going in there? How did Blue get so much advantage? But to break it down, Blue, they got 3 gears in auto. They got all 3 of the gears up. They didn't get 2 rotor spinning because the pilots weren't quite quick enough to actually execute doing that, but they had the gear. So right away, they've got a great gear advantage going into the match. And then at 105 seconds left on the clock, they've already hit 4 rotors.
Yeah, they've already hit 4 rotors, played plenty of defense, and then it made it basically come down to the end game. Let's go to the instant replay and take a look at what we've got here. We've got the last 30 seconds of the match. You're going to see here that Blue has 4 rotors, Red has 3. Madtown scoring tons and tons of balls over here, trying to make up the difference as best they can because they're multiple gears away from getting that 4th rotor.
Right, so they have to recognize that they get 20 points bonus for getting to 40 kPa, plus they've got 70 balls at this point on the Blue Alliance. That's 90 points extra right there. That almost makes up for the 100-point 4-rotor bonus. But remember, the rotor itself is 20 points, so that's 120 points extra.
We're going to see right here that just a moment ago, we're going to rewind and play it again. Red lights up the touchpad and then goes down. All right, we're going to go to the field for a quick announcement right here. Oh, wait, nope.
All right, so one other really important thing that went on here is that the Blue Alliance switched to defense immediately after hitting that 4-rotor. Remember I said that was over a minute left in the match, and there was some great execution here where 8 is hitting 3309. They bump him so hard the gear flies right out of 3309's mouth. Firebot's leaving that gear on the ground. Distracted, they have to go kind of hide behind the airship to get some protection just because it's bad vision over there. And then 1323 also getting dogged. So all of a sudden there's pegs that are unavailable. There's a lot of clogging going on behind the airship. That defense really just wrecked that alliance and really took 4 rotors being an option for the Red Alliance off the table all of a sudden.
Yeah, it's kind of ironic that the great offense that the Blue Alliance played allowed them to play great defense for a full minute of the match.
And that's such a part of the game. We've seen 3 and D be so popular. It's kind of the qualification matches where maybe you don't have 3 all-stars who have as much time to plan things together. You get to this level, you can do 4 and D in the times teams were previously doing 3 rotors in defense.
Yep, it's something we saw occasionally at the championship, so glad to see it here at Chezy Champs. All right, we're going to go to the field right now. We have an award being presented by Tom. Tom, take it away.
Thanks,
Actually,
Francis.
Pat's going to take this one.
I thought we were the same person, Tom. All right, so we're going to hand out some hardware now. If your team wins an award, please come down to the blue side of the field and then circulate past the judges so that we can do right-handed high fives and then exit out the red side of the field. With that said, we are going to present the Most Improved Team Award. The Most Improved Team Award celebrates a team who, in the endless pursuit of excellence, worked during the off-season to improve their robot or strategy. It is presented to the team who, in the judges' estimation, has demonstrated the most improvement from their FRC season performance. The judges want to recognize a team that has not only improved, but has taken conscious steps in making that improvement. Improvement requires the introspection to look at what you can do better, how that can be done, and then making the effort to take advantage of those changes. This summer, this team not only built another robot for this year's challenge, they built themselves a better workshop. In this better robot castle, they built themselves a better robot. And while this robot is not catching the snitch, it's making an incredible go on the field. Congratulations to Team 5012 Griffin Gear. Come on down. Judges. Thank you, judges. We are going to return to the field and wait for the expiration of this field timeout.